That's going to be tough for them, certainly. Let's just move on. Just when I said to you what's going on down there in Albany, it was a weird day at the Capitol today. We had some protesters of Senator Majority Leader Pedro Espada, who was briefly a member of your conference. We have Kevin Parker, a Democrat from Brooklyn, who was very angry with a member of your conference, John DeFrancisco. What's going on? I mean, people just angry, or this is more of the dysfunction that's been plaguing?
You know what? I think part of it is dysfunctional. I think you know that Senator Parker has some problems with the police. He's been charged with a felony for striking a photographer, a New York Post photographer in the city. He's had other instances where he's had anger management problems. And today, because Senator DeFrancisco was questioning a nominee of the governor, he then called him a racist.
Well, an African-American nominee of the governor, but yeah,
but you know, nominees, when they come to you, you make a decision not based on their color. You make a decision as whether you feel that person is, number one, answering your questions, whether you agree with them or not, answering your questions, and also has the ability to fill that position. And to call a person a racist because they disagree with somebody, you know, as to the ability of the nominee to serve in that position, that's ridiculous. So
Marty Golden, who's a member of your conference, was here with me last week, and he said that he was going to introduce a resolution that would have stripped Pedro Espada of his leadership role, his majority leader leadership role, which is what he got in part from the Senate coup. It's sort of the spoils of the Senate coup from last year. We haven't seen that resolution. I'm just curious where it is.
I think it's being reviewed by councils right now.
But you're not blocking it. You're
No,
that.
I'm not blocking it. Marty has the right to do what he wants. But the bottom line, as you know, is the majority leader is appointed essentially by the Senate Democrat Conference. And when the coup ended last year, they offered Senator Espada the majority leader's position. He went back. He was appointed, and things moved on.
So pretty much the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of Espada really is to take back control of the chamber. I mean, to take back control of the chamber by taking back the majority.
Well, and before that happens, and we will take back the majority, there's going to be an election process that occurs in Senator Espada's district. And the people of that district will make a decision. We saw that with Senator Montserrat. He was removed from the Senate because of a criminal conviction. So far, Senator Espada it's a civil accusation made by the Attorney General. Montserrat was removed, bipartisan, and he ran in a special election, and the voters of his district overwhelmingly elected Senator Peralta.
You are very confident, actually, that you're going to take back the majority.
I am.
I'm curious if you think that the Attorney General, that would be Andrew Cuomo, there was always sort of this unspoken, I don't know, agreement, if you will, that the governor didn't really get involved in what happened in the Senate. And that was broken with Eliot Spitzer. He got very involved in trying to help the Democrats flip the Senate into Democratic hands, take the majority away from the Republicans, which is what angered Joe Bruno, your predecessor as leader of the Republican conference, so much. Do you expect that Andrew Cuomo will get involved this year?
You know, I'm not concerned about what Andrew Cuomo is going to do. He's going to have his own election, and I don't think anybody can take it for granted. We saw whether it was Virginia or New Jersey, where we elected Republican governors, New York State. I don't think you ever would have thought that Tom Suozzi would have lost his election, Andy Spano in Westchester, or the gains that Republicans had locally and throughout the state of New York. Two special elections, assembly elections held this year, where seats that were Democrat seats for close to 20 years, we won them in overwhelmingly Democrat districts. So I think right now people are looking for some balance. They're not happy that every leadership position in state government is held by Democrats from New York City. They want some upstate balance. They want some suburban and rural balance. Not everybody, whether it's Malcolm Smith, Pedro Espada, John Sampson, Shelley Silver, Denny Farrell, Carl Kruger, and Governor Patterson, all from New York City.
Okay, but all the polling that I've seen, the public polling, and what I've heard from the internal polls that has been done in various different political conferences, is that incumbents are actually in trouble, period. It doesn't, regardless of your political persuasion. So aren't you a little bit concerned that the tidal wave comes and washes everyone away?
Well, it's going to be our responsibility to give the message as to why you should have balance in New York State, The fact that the Democrats raised taxes $11 billion last year, spending increases, payroll taxes in the downstate area, 124 new taxes and fee, eliminated the star rebate check for seniors and middle-income families. Those are the issues that we're going to put out there. And I think with whether it's Washington, where it's all Democrat control, or Albany, where it's all Democrat control, you're going to see Republicans pick up a number of congressional seats in New York State, Senate seats, and Assembly seats.
Well, it's going to be interesting, certainly. And the Minority Leader of the Senate, Dean Skelos, hails from Long Island, Nassau County, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much for joining me.
And good luck with your new job.
Thanks so much.